This game is brought to you by Piatt's Bakery in Perrysburg.
All the good sports are on WSPD. The game of the week.
And now to Jerry Kyle and Tom Gateau with play-by-play action on tonight's game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Football Game of the Week. Jerry Kyle, Tom Gateau. You just heard the strains of our national anthem played by Anthony Wayne Marching Generals. We're here at Anthony Wayne High School for an NLL battle pitting Anthony Wayne Generals against the undefeated Perrysburg Yellow Jackets. Anthony Wayne won the toss and elected to receive. Perrysburg will kick off and defend the west goal. For the Anthony Wayne Generals on offense, at split end, number 19, Randy Launder, a senior. At left tackle, number 78, Larry Albright, a senior. At left guard, number 68, Ed Booker, a junior. At center, number 55, Todd Neighbor, a senior. Right guard, 57, Mark Myers, a senior. At right tackle, number 72, Rusty Davis, a senior. At tight end, number 87, Doug Ryder, a junior. At the quarterback, number 18, Bill Park, a senior. At tailback, number 26, Mark Kroneman, a senior. At fullback, number 44, Chuck Grass, a senior. And at wingback, number 33, Ed Moss, a senior. For Perrysburg defensively, at left end, number 81, Jay Swede, a junior. Left tackle 33, Greg Como, a senior. The middle guard is number 61, Jace Swede, a junior. Right tackle is number 51, Don Whitner, a junior. And the right end is number 84, Stan Dennis. He is a junior. The wide side linebacker is number 62, Glenn Sutton, a senior. The short side linebacker, 76, John Swede, a sophomore. At the stinger or monster back, number 24, Phil Kokonakis, a senior. The wide side halfback, number 25, Barry Johnston, a junior. The free safety is number 41, David Neal, a senior. And the short side halfback is number 13, Jim Heilman, a junior.
We'll remind you this is WSPD Toledo, 1370 on your dial, your station for sports. Nice to have you along as the Marching Generals are down below. The Perrysburg Yellow Jackets in their white jerseys, the gold pants, the gold helmets, and the Generals who are waiting for their arrival onto the gridiron here. You can hear in our crowd, Mike, it's a blustery one. That wind is kicked up coming out of the north, and I would say it's probably gusting up to 25 miles an hour, but right now it is dry. There is no rain, no snow, and if anything at all, they tell me that they might be expecting some snow flurries here tonight. The Generals will be in their blue jerseys, the white pants, the silver helmets, and of course the white numerals. And we'll be back with tonight's opening kickoff after this timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the starting
For over 46 years, the Lorraine Oil Company has served northwestern Ohio as the distributor for Pennzoil, the asked-for motor oil because it's worth asking for. The Lorraine Oil Company, like high school football, is a great tradition in northwestern Ohio. Trust Pennzoil products from Lorraine. Dial 352-1633 in Bowling Green or 691-3545 in Toledo. The Lorraine Oil Company and high school football, two great traditions in northwestern Ohio.
At Aga Interiors and Imports, you can save 20% off all upholstered furniture during this last week of the Pennsylvania House Fall Sale. 20% off elegantly styled wing chairs, sofas, and graceful love seats. 20% off convenient coordinated sleep sofas. You only have until October 20th to take advantage of these super values. So come in now during the Pennsylvania House Fall Sale and get your free collector's book. Hurry! 20% savings ends Saturday, October 20th at Aga Interiors and Imports in Perrysburg.
Jerry, the Anthony Wayne Fighting General have just been introduced, and I might want to point out to you that Anthony Wayne goes into this game 2-1 in the NLL, and of course Perrysburg is 3-0. Anthony Wayne is coming off a very tough loss to Maumee last week. They lost 6-0 on a long pass from quarterback Greg Shank to his receiver for the 6 points and the winning touchdown. That was a heartbreaker for Anthony Wayne. They have been somewhat of a surprise this year in defeating Start, Rossford, and Lake. They've lost to, as I said, Maumee. They lost the opener to Napoleon, 14-7, a very strong Napoleon team, and they lost a game they felt they should have won against Sylvania Northview, 21-14. So they're 3-3 on the season, and of course Perrysburg is 6-0, as I mentioned at the top of the show, and the Anthony Wayne Generals are lining up, preparing to receive the kickoff, and the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets are assuming their kickoff position at the 40-yard line.
That's number 48 back there in deep safety for the Generals of Anthony Wayne. And Perrysburg down to my immediate right, getting set to put it in the air here. And you can hear that wind kicking up in the crowd mic outside. I tell you, it's really gusting. Kicking off is Don Whitner. Game about ready to get underway. And there it is, short kick. Coming down and floating at the 10-yard line, to the 15, to the 20, to about the 22-yard line, and that is it. First down and 10 yards to go, and on that return from about the 10-yard line out to about the 22. Number 26 on the return for Anthony Wayne, so they'll take it over first down and 10 yards to go at their own 22-yard line.
Jerry, that was Mark Kroneman, the tailback, brought that back.
Okay, Thomas, and we have what amounts to the wishbone tee, it looks like to me, in the backfield, and your quarterback then is Bill Park. And a handoff to the first man. He hits the 22, and that's it. No gain. It'll be second down and 10 yards to go. Running the football for Anthony Wayne, number 38, and maybe they've changed a jersey on us here. We have Scott Warner in that backfield, along with Grass. Park is the quarterback. The wingback is Ed Moss, hit by the middle of the Perrysburg line, so there's no gain. It'll be second down and 10 at the 22. Wishbone T. Park calling signals. Pitchback trying to get outside with the football at the 20. Cannot turn the corner. Got it back to about the 19-yard line, and a fine defensive play down there. Excellent defensive job by Jay Swede. Well, that was
Jay Swede picking up where he left off against Lake, Jerry. Turned that play in, and not only turned the play in, but also made a fine defensive tackle.
That was Kroneman on the carry, so he lost a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 12, AW at their own 20-yard line. Moving left to right across your dial. There's no score. We're just underway from Anthony Wayne High. Wishbone T. Open field is to the right. And your quarterback is Park, and he's back to run it through the football. Being flushed out, unloads it downfield. Man is here, and it's incomplete at the 45. He had it, and he dropped it. Doug Reiter, the tight end, he had the secondary beaten. The ball was thrown right there on the hands. He could not hang on at the 45-yard line.
Jerry, it does appear to be a wishbone tee from this point, but they're running out of a power I. The reason why it gives you the appearance of the wishbone tee, they've got the fullback right up behind the quarterback.
That's number 19, Tom, back to punt at the 10-yard line.
That's Randy Launder.
And the snap, and he almost got it blocked. He got it out of there, and back here to make the reception is Neal at the 45 to the 50, and hit and down right there at the midfield stripe. It'll be first down and 10 yards to go, and good downfield coverage that time by Chuck Grass, the first man down there for the Generals. So first down and 10 yards to go then for Perrysburg, right there at the midfield stripe.
Well, they take over with fine field position, and they've got the wind at their back for the part. It's a crossing wind. Looks like it's at their back.
Steve Pheasant out of an I formation. Gomminger and Como are there at the setbacks. And handoff straight ahead in a dive to the, about the 47-yard line. Straight ahead dive play. Como the ball carry, hit by the middle of the Anthony Wayne line. And the first man there was Dietre and Lowry, and they made the initial hits.
Jerry, Anthony Wayne is using a 5-man front. We'll see them angle out of that. We'll see them offset their middle guard. We'll probably see some 4-3 and 6-1 along with it.
Game at a couple of yards. Second down, 8 yards to go. The ball at the 48-yard line of AW. There's a little pop pass, and it's complete to the big tight end. at the 45 to the 40 to about the 36 to Rob Hall. Little pop pass. Pheasant just stood straight up and hit the big tight end right there. At about the 40-yard line, he got it to the 36-yard line. We was upended there in the secondary. Good defensive play back there, I might add.
The defense that Anthony Wayne gave Perrysburg on that particular play allowed itself to be hurt by a pop pass. They had the linebackers drawn in very tight. They had the cornermen in tight, and all Rob Hall had to do is get off the line of scrimmage. Steve Pheasant stood right up, as you mentioned, and looked like he just lobbed it to Rob Hall, gathered it in, and that will be a first down. And they're having a little trouble with the chains. That's why we're kind of stalling here.
Very handy on that tackle, by the way. Tom, we came out earlier today, checked the side out, and the wind was coming out of the west. And it was not much of a wind at all. Now it's turned around and it's coming out of the north.
And this field flies east to west. And it is kind of out of the northwest right now. And it's at the side of the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets as they're moving right to left on your radio dial.
Gumminger is in there at the tailback, and boy, they're really snug up to Pheasant, I might add, and the option play back to Gummesell at the 40. Flag on the play, cuts against the grain at the 35, and gang tackle there, but as you heard, there was a flag on the play at about the 33-yard line of Anthony Wayne, and we'll wait for the discussion here. Illegal procedure is the preliminary call. The Yellow Jackets are undefeated. They are second in Region 6 in AA. And we've had them a couple of times this year. They're looking very good, and they're discussing the situation right now with Anthony Wayne. As we said, the preliminary indication was illegal procedure, and the penalty was declined. It's at the 35-yard line, so he actually got a couple of yards in the play, so it's second down, about 8 yards to go. So they want to move that down box, Tom Gateau.
Well, that's an interesting decision. I think I would have elected to take the penalty and move them further back in my territory.
8:57 to go first quarter. There is no score. It's an eye in the backfield. Pheasant, Como, and Gumminger are the setbacks, and they are up snug tight to the quarterback. There's that little flare pass. Man, wide open in the middle of the seam at the 25, and down he goes to about the 23-yard line. Well, he was wide open. Look what I've got.
Little look-in pattern with Neal that really clicked in the first half of the late game. He's lined up as a split receiver, and he runs a little post pattern, just a slant pattern, and Steve Pheasant takes a step and fires a strike. That's good for a first down.
And on that tackle,
that's Tim Leonard.
Leonard on the hit. So that's a 1st and 10 now. We're going to call it the 24-yard line of Anthony Wayne, and the Yellow Jackets are on the move. High in the backfield. Open field is to the right. Pheasant calling signals. Pheasant sticks it in there to Gummerto, and he gets it to about the 22. Gumminger, the ball carrier, and he got it to about the 22.
Well, I tell you, Anthony Wayne is really packed in there solid. I've noticed that Perrysburg splits are rather tight as well. I think if they would elect to try to split Anthony Wayne out, they might have a little bit more success, but I think they're playing right into the General's hands by taking those short splits.
D-Tray on that tackle, now Ryder in there. And we still have number 26, Gumminger, at fullback. Ryder at tailback, and back to runner throw. Pheasant looking down the middle, man wide open. It is a drop the ball. O'Neill on the post pattern had it between the flags about 5 yards deep in the end zone. He had beaten his man.
Now there's no question that
and he dropped it.
There was a loss of concentration.
Foster was defending on the play.
Steve Pheasant dropped behind his left tackle and fired a beautiful pass, and Mr. Neal looked it in but did not put it away. Had 6 points written all over it.
That makes it 3rd down and about 8 to go. At the 22-yard line, and Pheasant barking it out, I formation, and he fakes. Options down the line, back to throw, flushed out. He's in trouble. He gets away from one man, another against the grain. Look at him go, 25, at the 20, and hit it, and brought down inside the 15. He was hit all the way back here at about the 27-yard line, spun away from the grasp of the onrushing lineman, and finally got it down inside that 20 to about the 18-yard line. That, of course, is short of the first down. On the tackle was John Cross for the Generals, and so it's 4th down now, and Just about 5 yards to go for that first down.
I'd look for a pop pass here, Jerry, or a slant-in type of pattern from the Yellow Jackets.
Well, they're not going for the field goal. They line up in a wishbone T in the backfield. Open field is to the left. Pheasant calling signals. Long count. Option play. Back to runner throw. He flushed out. He's sacked back here at the 25-4-yard line. Great defensive effort that time by Kevin Ireland.
Kevin Ireland doesn't make the tackle. Steve Pheasant is able to escape, sprint to his left, and find Rob Hall, the tight end, who was wide open on the flank for a touchdown. Great defensive play by Anthony Wayne.
Let's call it the 24 of the Generals now. Hark is your quarterback, and he lines them up in an I formation at the 24 of AW. And a mix-up in the backfield. He goes through with the play to his fullback. Grass, the ball carrier. He actually got a yard on the play to the 25. It'll be 2nd down and 9. A little mix-up in the backfield. Middle of the Perrysburg line, in on the tackle. Jay Swede there, Como, Whitner.
Anthony Wayne is sending plays in with right guards Mark Myers, number 57, and 59, Larry Crate.
We have Croman there at the tailback, and Grass is your fullback. And it goes to Croman, and he is hit right there at the 25 and shoved all the way back to the 20-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Greg Como. Now, they tell me that Anthony Wayne has been playing excellent defense. They haven't really been able to get their offense going this year so far. Defensively, they played swell football. Right now, there's no score with 5.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
That time, Jerry, Perrysburg jumped from a 5-man front into a 6-1 defense, and Como was not to be denied. Stripped the ball carrier of the blocker and really drilled him.
Randy Lauder out wide to the right. Eye on the backfield. Grass and Coleman are your setbacks behind Park. And Park is back to throw. He's in trouble. Now unloads downfield, and it is almost intercepted. It was intended for the tight end, Doug Ryder, and almost intercepting Barry Johnson. That'll bring up a punting situation. 4th down and still about 9 to go. And Neal will come back here in single safety. David Neal for Perrysburg, standing at about the midfield stripe. Now he's joined back here by Barry Johnson. And old number 19 in there to do the punting.
Randy Wander
standing at his own 10-yard line, waiting for the snap. Good snap. Here comes the rush, and he gets it away. A good high floater out there. Neal across field, hits at the 48, going to go dead right around the 48-yard line of Anthony Wayne. So Perrysburg with excellent field position once again here. Their first drive started from the midfield stripe, and now they start this one from, well, now they're a yard on us, so let's call it about the 47-yard line of Anthony Wayne. Old Glory whipping up in that wind coming out of the north, and it's got to be gusting to about 30 miles an hour, and the folks have got their sit-upons and their snuggies out there tonight, I'll guarantee you that. All right, Pheasant is back to work now, and you can hear that wind in our crowd mic, I'm sure. Eye in the backfield. And he gives to his tailback over the right side of the 45-yard line, and that is it. Right of the ball carrier, and he got about 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and about 8 yards to go. The middle of that Anthony Wayne line in on the tackle. And the first man there to get him was Scotty Perkowski.
Jerry, Anthony Wayne is daring Perrysburg to run outside and to throw the football. They're just jam-packed in that inside from tackle to tackle.
Johnson out wide to the left, Neal out wide to the right. Eye in the backfield, open field to the press box side, to the north side. He's back to throw the football. He throws the bomb downfield, intended for Johnson, and it's incomplete and no interference. Defending on the play, we had to watch that closely, was Joe Leonard. Boy, he was stride for stride.
I think the ball hung up in the wind there, Jerry, because Steve Pheasant tried to give it the alley-oop to Mr. Johnston, and or was that David Neal?
No, it was Johnson.
And the ball just hung up there, and it looked like Johnston was going to beat the defender, but the ball hung up and gave the defender an opportunity to knock it away.
3rd down and about 8. At the 45 of AW. Johnson left, Neal right. Eye in the backfield. Pheasant is your quarterback. They move right to left. And Pheasant pulls back to throw the football. The Red Dog is on. The screen is complete to Neal at the 45, at the 40, at the 35. Straight ahead and inside and down at about the 31-yard line. Well, he let him come that time, Tom, on the blitz of the Red Dog. And then he got the little flare or screen pass to the right side.
Anytime you can call a screen pass and they've got a blitz on and hopefully get back and get the ball off, you've got a heck of a football play. And that time everything clicked Perrysburg's way.
All right, we have Gomminger in there at tailback. 1st and 10 at the 31 of Anthony Wayne. Pheasant, fumble. Great hit. It's scooped up by Anthony Wayne. What a tremendous play that time by Kevin Ireland. As Pheasant was ready to hand off, he never even had an opportunity because big old number 75, Kevin Ireland, was right in on top of him, rode him back to the 40-yard line where it's 1st and 10 for the Generals.
Well, he came from his left tackle position, shot the gap, and just drilled Mr. Pheasant.
What a hit out there. All right, back to work Anthony Wayne now, moving left to right. Hawk is your quarterback, eye in the backfield, and your quarterback sneaks right at 50, 45, and down to about the 44-yard line. And on the tackle, Jim Heilman, the last man between Mr. Bill Hart and Daylight. Just a quarterback keepers, quarterback sneak right up the middle.
That time they caught Perrysburg in that 6-1 again, and a great block by Todd Neighbor on the middle linebacker.
Call it the 45 of Feeberg and keep it even. Pass is your fullback. Open field to the right. He sticks it in there and over the right side for a couple of hard yards. Goes the big fullback, Chuck Grass, and he's shoved back to about the 49 on the left side of that defensive line. Yeah, Jay Swede in there. Como, Jay Swede, Whitner.
By the way, Jerry, that's the first down for Anthony Wayne on that quarterback sneak.
Give him a couple of yards. 2nd and 8. It's about the 47.5-yard line. We'll call it the 48 of Perrysburg. Eye in the backfield. Hart fakes, draw play, tailback. He got it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Coleman, the ball carrier. He got it back to the 48 and hit hard right there. Make it 3rd and about 8.
The thing about the Perrysburg defense, Jerry, is they get such great penetration. And anytime you can bust one by them, you've got an opportunity to pick up big yardage. But these young men are hard tacklers, and they are usually under control.
Jay Sweet on the initial hit. 2 minutes remaining first quarter. There's no score. A lot of heavy hitting going on out there right now by both squads. Lauder is out wide to the right. We have what amounts to a slot right in the backfield. Slot right. Hart calling signals with a 3rd and 8. He drops back to run or throw. Unloads it. It's dropped. Dropped at the 45-yard line by Ed Moss, the wingback. Defending on the play was Jay Swede, who dropped off. And so that'll bring up 4th and 8 AW at the 48-yard line of Perrysburg. Neal is on the near side. And on the far side is Gomminger. Back here at the 43-yard line. High snap, makes the reception. Lawler gets the kick away. Oh, low kick, bounces around. Hits a Perrysburg ball player. Better pick it up. He doesn't. He's down right there at the 25-yard line. Well, in his anxiety to get the kick away under pressure, he hit one of those knucklers end over end, but got away with it. Those are the kind you return, Tom Cateau, but he only got it back to the 25. And now we see that field position changing a little bit here now. Now Perrysburg has to start from their 25. They started once from the 50, once from the 48 of Anthony Wayne, and now from their own 25. 1:29 remaining first quarter, no score. The Jackets move out into a slot left. Pheasant is your quarterback. He sends a man in motion, Neal to the right. And he keeps it on the option play at the 25 to the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. A lot of blue shirts down there.
Procedure penalty, Jerry, on Perrysburg, I believe.
First man there to get him was Scott Brehaney. And Tom, I believe you're right. It would be a legal procedure. That would make it, if they elect to accept this penalty, 1st and 15.
Now I think they may decline.
Well, they got a couple of yards. Now they're going to take this one, Tom.
Well, obviously, they didn't follow the directives of the coach on the sidelines.
I see. All right.
All right, so it is 1st and 15, and it was the man in motion who broke to the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped.
Johnson is split out wide to the left, Neal out wide to the right. Now it's the straight eye on the backfield. It's 1st and 15 at the 20. Pheasant looking him over. Has Ryder in there at tailback. He's back to throw on 1st down. Flushed out. He's sacked. Back inside the 20, back here to about the 15-yard line. Oh, I'll tell you, is that Anthony Wayne defense juiced up? Craig
Yake, the left defensive end, was in on Mr. Pheasant before he had an opportunity to even look downfield.
They'll make it 2nd and 20 now from the 15 of Perrysburg with 30 seconds remaining first quarter. Neal out wide to the left here and Johnson out wide to the right. That eye is really packed up tight behind the quarterback Pheasant. And he pitches back here. Ryder trying to get outside 15 at the 20, at the 25, and straight ahead he goes. Out across the 25 to about the 26 or 7 yard line. Way across the far side of the field.
That's not enough for a first down, Jerry, but it does get them in a little bit better field position to work their offense on a third down.
Cross on that tackle. That's the end of the quarter. That is the end of the first quarter with a score. Anthony Wayne, nothing. Perrysburg, nothing.
What is your goal in life? A fabulous vacation? College educations for your children? That dream home you've only thought about? Well, these aims can become reality a lot quicker with an active savings account at Mommy Perrysburg Home Federal. By making regular deposits and receiving the highest legal interest rates, your dollars will soon add up to achieve those goals. And earnings are computed and compounded daily, paid to you quarterly. Start planning today to turn your dreams into reality with an active savings account at Mommy Perrysburg Home Federal.
Hey, get a fair shake when you deal with us. Take it from me, you'll get a fair shake.
Get more than a fair shake at Dick Wilson's on 79 closeout Pontiacs, Buicks, even GMC trucks. These 79s must be sold now, and the prices are unbelievable. And there are more 1980s arriving every day.
Take it from me, you'll get a fair shake.
79 or 80, you make the choice, and Dick Wilson will make the deal. See Dick Wilson Pontiac, Buick GMC on North Main and Bowling Green.
On a third down play, Perrysburg tried to run the pitch sweep to the short side of the field. Anthony Wayne rose to the occasion. It's now 4th and about 7, and Perrysburg is preparing to punt. And Jay Sweet is at his own 11-yard line.
Joe Leonard back here to take the kick. It's a spiraling low type of affair. Hits around the 45, and it's down right around the 46-yard line. And so, Anthony Wayne with good field position here now. There's no score in this game. 11-19 remaining in the first half. And it's just moving right along. We've got a great crowd on hand here at AW tonight. As a matter of fact, they're standing along the sidelines on the outer fence that protects the field.
This is the best field position, Jerry, that Anthony Wayne has had to start an offensive series. We'll see what they can do with it.
Hark is the quarterback at the 46-yard line. He's got the I formation, and he hands to his tailback, and he got it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Cronin, the ball carrier, hit by the right side. Swede, the first man there to hit him. Tom, come on in a second.
Okay, second down, and still about 10 yards for Anthony Wayne. We're experiencing a few problems with the crowd mic, so we'll try to carry it along for you. We've got an eye in the backfield. It's a pro eye. Wanker to the short side of the field. Park pitches back to Cronin, and Jay Swede brings him down after a gain of about 3 yards. It'll bring up a third down situation with about 7 to go. 3rd and 7 for Anthony Wayne on the Perrysburg 44-yard line.
Okay, back to work here now, where we have it 3rd down and about 7 yards to go. It's a slot right in the backfield. Park rolls out of there to the blind side, looking, unloads downfield. Man is there on the seam, and it's overthrown at the 15-yard line.
That time, Park caught the Perrysburg secondary flat-footed, and it looks like Mr. Moss had an opportunity to gather one in for a long gainer, but it was overthrown, I think, aided by the wind. So he'll bring up a 4th and 7, 4th and 8 situation, and Randy Launder is back in punt formation, and he'll be punting from his own 42-yard line. The block was on. Kick is up in the air. David Neal under it. He fumbles the ball. There's a scramble for it. It's on the 4-yard line. Looks like Perrysburg got it. Try to get the glasses on. See who came up with that ball. Greg Gomminger saved the day for Perrysburg. And Perrysburg will take over 1st and 10 on their own 4-yard line. Quite honestly, Anthony Wayne's defense has risen to the occasion the last couple times around. And this is really putting at Perrysburg offense with their backs against the wall, working out of their own end zone on the 4-yard line.
Okay, that was almost a humble recovery there. So Perrysburg deep in their own end zone or their end line at the 4-yard line, and a handoff over the left side across the 5 and out to about the 6-7 yard line goes Gomminger. And he is hit by the right side of that Anthony Wayne line, and Murkowski was the first man there to get him.
Scott Murkowski, the left linebacker, Jerry, is the leading tackler on this AW club, and he is highly praised by Coach Steve Wilborg.
That brings up a second down and about 7 to go. It's out at about the 7-yard line. Pheasant with the wishbone. He sticks it in there over the right side of the 10 to the 15-yard line, and running hard with the football was Ryder. And let it out of the tackle, but that is enough to get him the first down out across the 15 to about the 17.
That's a big first down for Perrysburg, giving them a little bit of breathing room, but they're still not out of the woods yet. I think Perrysburg is going back to a basic offense, look like a wishbone tee. They're all packed in there. Just going to see some real hard blocking and tackling to get them out of this this hole they're in.
There's no score, Tom. I'm going to call it the 16-yard line of Perrysburg. Wishbone tee, Pheasant in there again. Under center. And he hands to his tail back again over the left side, and out to about the 20-yard line goes Gomminger, and he's hit by the right side of the Anthony Wayne line.
That time they jumped out of that tee into a power I, and we might see this for a couple more plays before the opportunity to spread out that Anthony Wayne defense.
Murkowski again on the hit. It's out over the 20 to the 21. So from about the 16 to the 21, give him about 5. It's second down and a long 5. Again, the wishbone tee at the 21 of Perrysburg. Pheasant calling signals, and he sticks it in there again to Gomminger, trying to get outside of the 25 and hitting down at about the 28-yard line. And on the tackle was Mark Fuster.
That's another big first down for the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets as they continue to attack the off-tackle defensive position of the Anthony Wayne Generals.
7:40 remaining here in the first half. There's no score, but the Jackets have gotten it out of their own end now. They were at the 4-yard line when this all started. They're out to their own 28 now. It's the power I and a pitch back, and trying to get outside with that football and turn the corner, and not turning it is Barney Johnson. Barney is brought down right around the 29-yard line, and the first man there to get him was old number 89.
Craig Yake, the defensive end, was not to be denied, and that time Anthony Wayne gave Perrysburg what appeared to be an 8-man line, and they brought up their corners very tight, and it looked like they sent them as well as the defensive ends.
Johnson is out wide to the right now. It is second down 10. We'll still caught up the 28-yard line of Perrysburg. It's the I and a hand to the tailback. Gomminger to the 30-yard line. Give him a couple of yards. It'll be make it third down and 8 yards to go. And he was actually tripped up there by Murkowski. And Lowry was there, Detre, all helping out. Tom, you can hear that wind in the crowd, Mike. We're trying to control it somewhat here, but it is really whipping up. It's got to be gusting 30, 35 miles an hour right out of the north.
Jerry, Anthony Wayne brings in Ray Beinfert in passing situations and takes out their middle guard. They've got a 4-3-4-4 look right now for the pass.
Eye in the backfield, third down, and there's a mix-up there. Ball loose, recovered by Anthony Wayne. Right there at the 30-yard line.
That's old Kevin Arlen again, shot the gap in that 4-man front. Perrysburg has not been able to handle him in that defense. He shot the gap and hit Pheasant just as he was preparing to hand off. A big turnover, and Anthony Wayne will take over on the Perrysburg 30-yard line.
Well, there's the second fumble recovered by Anthony Wayne, and now they've got great field position here. Park back to work. He's got his big fullback in there, Grass. Coleman is the tailback. They're in the I. And he gives to Coleman a quick hitter over the left side. Got it to the 29-yard line, and that's it. Second down and 9 yards to go. And the first man that tripped him up was Jace Swede, the middle guard. Give him a yard. Anthony Wayne moving right to left, checking into the football game is number 59. And that is Larry Creighton. For Mark Myers, the right guard. Powder is out wide to the right. And Moss out wide to the left. I is in the backfield at the 29 of Perrysburg, and rolling back to throw. There's a quick out, and it's complete to the 25, to the 20, and out of bounds. Across the far side to Randy Lauder, the big split end.
Randy Lauder, who a year or so ago played some quarterback for the Anthony Wayne Generals, was split out about 8 yards and ran a little out cut, was wide open because the defensive back from Perrysburg gave him too much cushion, picked up the first down. That's a big play for Anthony Wayne.
It's at the 18-yard line.
That's
first
second
and 10.
first down.
No, now it's a power eye in the backfield. Park gives to his tailback. Little dance, 15, down to the 10-yard line. Home of the ball carrier. Little stutter step there, Tom, right around the 18-yard line. He found a little bit of a seam, and he was nailed by Barry Johnson, but not before he got it just outside the 10. And that'll bring up a second down and about 2 to go for the first down.
Power off tackle by Anthony Wayne over their left side. They're trying to attack that defensive right side of the Perrysburg defense.
Rounder out wide to the left. High in the backfield now, and it goes again to the tailback, and he hits inside the 10 to about the 9. That's Coleman again, the ball carrier, and the left side of that Perrysburg line in on the tackle. Jay Swede, Don Whitner, Stan Dennis. At the 9, it'll be 3rd and a yard for the first down, 9 for the TD, and now the clock running with 4:16 to go first half. There is no score. Perrysburg has fumbled twice. AW has recovered both. Rounder out wide to the left. And out over that ball is Todd Neighbor, the offensive center. And we have an eye on the backfield. Our calling signals and a quarterback keeper, and I believe he's got that first down. It's going to be awfully close, right around the 8-yard line. Just a little slant quarterback sneak. Sweet on the tackle. They spot the football right there. It's very, very close. I'm not even going to hazard a guess. Yeah, they say first down. Don't even bring the chains out. It's first and goal for AW at the 8-yard line of Perrysburg. No score. 3:55 to go here in the first half. Lounder out wide to the left. The Neighbor is over the ball. Let's see if they go to that power eye. They do. And that backfield is Moss now, along with Grass and Coleman. Parker's your quarterback. Long count. He goes to the tailback. Fumble on the play. Loose ball. Who's got it? I believe Perrysburg. Well, it's give and take here. Number 62 recovered it. That's Glenn Sutton. Glenn Sutton recovered the football, but Jerry, that fumble was caused by the middle guard, Jay Swede, who shot the gap and returned the favor to Mr. Park, as the Anthony Wayne defense has done to Mr. Pheasant. Big defensive play by the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets as they take over on their own 7-yard line. First and 10. Pheasant is your quarterback. Gomminger will be in there. Ryder and Como have shared the running back duties. See who's in there now. Well, it's a full house backfield. It's a power eye, actually. Pheasant from his own 7-yard line, and he tries the quarterback sneak, and I'll tell you, there's not much there. He got about a yard to the 8. Give me a yard. 2nd and 9. Heavy hitting going on. A lot of heavy hitting going on down there. Ireland was there. Detray, Lowry, give me a yard. 2:56 remaining in the first half. There's no score. Anthony Wayne, Jerry, is just packing everything in, as I said. They're bringing everyone into the gaps. We've got a timeout on the field. All right, timeout on the field with a score. Perrysburg nothing, Anthony Wayne nothing.
For over 46 years, the Lorraine Oil Company has served northwestern Ohio as the distributor for Pennzoil, the asked-for motor oil because it's worth asking for. The Lorraine Oil Company, like high school football, is a great tradition in northwestern Ohio. Trust Pennzoil products from Lorraine. Dial 352-1633 in Bowling Green or 691-3545 in Toledo. The Lorraine Oil Company and high school football, two great traditions in northwestern Ohio.
At AGA Interiors and Imports, you can save 20% off all upholstered furniture during this last week of the Pennsylvania House Fall Sale. 20% off elegantly styled wing chairs, sofas, and graceful love seats. 20% off convenient coordinated sleep sofas. You only have until October 20th to take advantage of these super values. So come in now during the Pennsylvania House Fall Sale and get your free collector's book. Hurry! 20% savings ends Saturday, October 20th at AGA Interiors and Imports in Perrysburg.
2nd down, 8 situation for Perrysburg as they break the huddle. Over the ball is Glenn Sutton. Quarterback is Steve Pheasant. Running out of the I formation. We're going to have a little illegal procedure called on Perrysburg here, Jerry.
Well, here in high school, of course, as you know, they don't mess around. If there is some movement up there, they just throw the flag, blow the whistle. No contact has to be made, and they'll walk it off. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. What you're hearing in the crowd, Mike, is a wind coming out of the northeast, gusting Old Glory up to 35 miles an hour. However, we're experiencing right now no rain, no snow, a lot of blow. What's the horse's name? the Anthony Wayne General on top of a beautiful horse here, and I want to give Wimpy Watts is the American quarter horse. All right, back to play now. Pheasant trying to get it out of there, Tom Cateau, but he just having no luck at all. That whole middle is jammed up. We've been talking about it all night. Anthony Wayne is just saying, you know, run the ends, but I'll guarantee you're not going to get anything up the middle against him. Kevin Ireland was there at the 5-yard line.
The only success that we have had, Perrysburg has had, is running off tackle here, Jerry. It brings up a 3rd and long situation.
They're down to about 14 at the 5-yard line. Pheasant calling signals. It's the wishbone tee. He pulls back. He sticks it in there, and coming out to the about 10, maybe 11 or 12-yard line is Ryder, and he is ridden down by Scott Murkowski.
We have a timeout on the field, Jerry. Anthony Wayne's calling timeout to save some time in this first half.
Timeout with the score, Perrysburg nothing, Anthony Wayne nothing.
If you're starting to think about a retirement plan, now's the time to consider opening an active savings account at Maumee Perrysburg Home Federal. With a savings account, your dollars will add up over the years, and by the time of retirement, you'll have a nice little sum saved up. At Maumee Perrysburg Home Federal, savings accounts earn 5.5% interest, the highest allowed by law. And earnings are computed and compounded daily, paid to you quarterly. Your retirement years can be filled with financial security when you plan ahead with a savings account at Maumee Perrysburg Home Federal.
Hey, get a fair shake when you deal with us. Take it from me, you'll get a fair shake.
Get more than a fair shake at Dick Wilson's on 79 closeout Pontiacs, Buicks, even GMC trucks. These 79s must be sold now, and the prices are unbelievable. And there are more 1980s arriving every day.
Take it from me, you'll get a fair shake.
79 or 80, you make the choice, and Dick Wilson will make the deal. See Dick Wilson Pontiac, Buick GMC on North Main and Bowling Green.
Jay Swede in his end zone, kicking on 4th down into a slight wind at his face.
Good snap, gets the kick out of there. Pretty good high floater into that wind, but Anthony Wayne takes a reverse roll, is going to get excellent field position here, right inside that 35 at about the 33-yard line where it's down there. I'm going to call it the 33 of Perrysburg.
Well, you can see the wise move by the Anthony Wayne coaches to call timeout, because now they have a minute and 58 seconds in which to put some points on the board with super field position.
And that clock is running now. Out wide to the left is Launder. Your quarterback is Park. It's a pitchback, and trying to sweep is Coleman to the far side. A flag on the play, and where that's thrown could be holding. That's only speculation on my part.
Either that or a clip.
Yeah.
It's a hold, Jer. Well, you're 1 for 1.
Well, may never do that again.
That'll certainly hurt the Anthony Wayne cause here, because that'll move them back towards the 50-yard line, get them out of this good field position that they had, and they benefited from that short punt by Jay Swede out of his end zone.
Now, this has been a tug of war between two fine defensive units. With a couple of breaks thrown in, Anthony Wayne has recovered 2 Perrysburg fumbles, and then the Generals here just moments ago with an excellent opportunity to go in with a 1st and goal at the 8. They coughed it back up to Perrysburg.
There's the importance of the kicking game in this particular type of struggle, because I think a break is going to be the key to a victory.
All right, we have twin flankers out wide to the left. Park is the quarterback. A minute and 30 to go in the half. There's no score at the 48 of Perrysburg. He's back to throw. Down the middle. Man is there. It's almost intercepted. It was intended for Launder at the 25-yard line.
And Steve Pheasant, the quarterback, playing center field in that Perrysburg secondary. It looked like he had a beat on it and did get his hands on it, but could not hang on. That would have been a big interception for Perrysburg.
And back to the line of scrimmage. It's the 47-yard line of Perrysburg. The Generals moving right to left. Moss joins Launder out wide to the left, eye in the backfield. Grass and Coleman are your setbacks behind Bill Park. And Park, flags all over.
That'll be a legal procedure against Anthony Wayne.
Actually, Perrysburg came up with a ball in the person of Greg Como, but they whistled it dead.
No, he stole it from the quarterback after the whistle had blown.
Well, they spot the ball at the 49-yard line of Perrysburg. It was 2nd and 25. Now we're going to have a long discussion out here. I want to tell you it's cold out there. The quarterback, Bill Park, is trying to find some warmth by tucking his hands around that shirt where the belt comes together, and they're just trying to get a little warmth in there. And
this will bring up a 2nd and 30, Jerry.
Yeah, they moved the ball. They took the 5-yarder across the 50 and to about the 48-yard line now of Anthony Wayne. Twin flankers left. Minute and 15 to go in the half, and he's back to throw the football. Some time, unloads it down the middle. It's complete to Lounder here inside the 40 at about the 38-yard line. About the 38. The initial hit was put on by Greg Como with a minute to go, and that brings up now 3rd down and still
about 13 to go.
And the timeout is called. Timeout on the field with a score of Perrysburg nothing, Anthony Wayne nothing.
For over 46 years, the Lorraine Oil Company has served northwestern Ohio as the distributor for Pennzoil, the ask-for motor oil because it's worth asking for. The Lorraine Oil Company, like high school football, is a great tradition in northwestern Ohio. Trust Pennzoil products from Lorraine. Dial 352-1633 in Bowling Green or 691-3545 in Toledo. The Lorraine Oil Company and high school football, 2 great traditions in northwestern Ohio.
At AGA Interiors and Imports, you can save 20% off all upholstered furniture during this last week of the Pennsylvania House Fall Sale. 20% off elegantly styled wing chairs, sofas, and graceful love seats. 20% off convenient coordinated sleep sofas. You only have until October 20th to take advantage of these super values. So come in now during the Pennsylvania House Fall Sale and get your free collector's book. Hurry! 20% savings ends Saturday, October 20th at AGA Interiors and Imports in Perrysburg.
3rd down and 13 for Anthony Wayne with 54 seconds left on the clock in the first half.
Park is back to throw down the middle, and it's thrown behind the intended receiver, or was it intended for number 26 Kroman out of the backfield. Moss was down there about 5, 6, 7 yards deeper, and the ball was kind of thrown in between.
I think you're right, Jerry. Kroman was coming out of the backfield running a little circle route behind the linebackers, and he was held up by a linebacker, and it very well could have been pass interference, but the official didn't see it that way. 4th down and 13. It looks like Anthony Wayne will punt it.
Yes, they are. And Launder back here to the midfield stripe to punt it. Neal is back along with Johnson. Snap. He's going to throw it. Man is wide open, and it is incomplete down here at the 20-yard line, and he was wide open, and he kind of pulled up. He kind of pulled up on it. Doug Ritter did. I think if he just kept going and digging for it, he'd have made the reception, but he kind of pulled up a little short, and the ball went off his fingertips. There's a couple of drop balls on the part of Anthony Wayne here in this first half.
As I mentioned to you, Randy Launder was a quarterback for Anthony Wayne last year, the year before, and he threw a strike.
Yes, he did. And so the official blows the whistle for a moment with 45 seconds remaining in the half, and this first half is zipped right along.
Now the chain crew over there is having a few problems. It's one of those...
Must be cold.
One of those kinky chains over there.
Hey, cool, man. We got a kinky chain out here tonight at Anthony Wayne. Wild. All right. There's a fan on the stand listening. All right, let's get back to work. Pheasant sends Johnson in motion to the right, and he pitches back here to Gumminger, trying to turn the corner, and that's snuffed him. Oh, great defense. Whoa, what a fine defensive play that time.
Super play by Tim Leonard, a junior. Came right up, stuffed the blocker trying to chop him, and stuck him right back into the ball carrier. And, well, he picked up 3 yards, but could have been more. Got a timeout here, Jerry.
Got a couple of yards in the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. I think we're going to keep it right here this time around, Tom, with the score 0-0 and only 30 seconds till halftime. We'll just keep it here. Anthony Wayne in their blue jerseys, the silver helmets, and the white pants, and the jackets in their white uniforms, or the white jerseys, gold pants, the gold helmets, and black numerals. And I might say this, these away jerseys are far easier to read for Perrysburg than what amounted to almost like the Army colors at home. The Black Knights.
Black Knights of I-75.
Yeah.
Anthony Wayne is going into their so-called nickel defense. They pull the middle guard out and bring in another defensive back.
Neal is out wide to the left. Johnson out wide to the right here. Eye in the backfield, and Pheasant barking it out. He rolls, unloads. It's complete to Neal here at the 48 and out to about the 49-yard line. That's enough for a first down with 25 seconds remaining.
And another timeout called by the officials as they move the chain.
Now, Scott Brahaney was right there with him, but it's a 1st and 10 for Perrysburg at their own 49. Johnson right, Neal left. Ryder and Gomminger, and back to throw Pheasant. Same play, complete and down. Inside the 45 to about the 41-yard line to Neal. He went right back to the well for the second time, and on the tackle once again was for Anthony Wayne, and that's close to a first down with 9 seconds remaining. Isn't it amazing how you can get excellent field position and move down in there? And, of course, as we've said so many times, when you get it down inside that 20-yard line, that's where it really gets sticky. But now, Perrysburg has kind of moved that ball pretty fair between, I'd say, the 30-yard lines.
Keep in mind, Jerry, when you have a few seconds left on the clock, a defense is going to give up the short passes and protect against the long one.
Absolutely.
And they're coming up about a foot short for the first down. It'll bring up second and short with 9 seconds to go, and the ball resting on the Anthony Wayne 42-yard line.
Okay, as we near halftime, we'll give a little shot here to Debbie. Maybe she can check that World Series score for us between Pittsburgh and Baltimore, if they're playing indeed, and can pass that along to our listening audience here this evening when we get this next time out, which will be coming at halftime. So we'll give her a little chance to scurry and check that World Series score, Pittsburgh and Baltimore. All right, here with 9 seconds to go. It's second down and about a foot at the 43-yard line, and Pheasant pulls back. He's flushed out at the 45. He's in trouble, going to scramble, and that will probably end the half. He got it to the 40-yard line, and he was hit and bounced down right there. But that, yes, and on the tackle was Kevin Ireland. However, that's a first down, and you can't end here. The clock is stopped with 1 second. Here's the hurry-up offense, but then as they move the chains, the whistle is blown, and they never could get the play underway, and these two teams are going to go down to the sideline with a scoreless first half of football. One of those titanic defensive struggles. Both teams had their breaks in the first half. Anthony Wayne recovered a couple of fumbles on the part of Perrysburg and could not capitalize. Perrysburg recovered one Anthony Wayne fumble, but could not capitalize. We've got two fine bands here this evening, Perrysburg and, of course, the Marching Generals, and we want to hear some of that good band music here at halftime. And, of course, Tom will have an interesting halftime guest for us, too. But right now, that is the end of the first half. With the score, Perrysburg nothing, Anthony Wayne nothing. Stiff wind now. The ball is on the far hash mark teed up. Here's the approach, and we are underway. And look at this wind. My goodness, it hit down around the 30, and it's blown back here, and it's recovered by Anthony Wayne. Now, Tom, call it. Anthony Wayne has recovered this football at the 35-yard line.
And it was a free ball once it passed 10 yards from the 40-yard line. Once it passes the midfield stripe, it's a free ball. Perrysburg watched the ball bounce, and number 17, Joe Leonard went down under it, got it on the first hop. A big break for Anthony Wayne.
They'll start it at the 35-yard line now of Perrysburg, left to right into the wind. Straight ahead of the big fullback. He's got a couple of yards, and that's it. Shoved all the way back to the 35-yard line. That's Grass, the ball carrier, and the left side of that Perrysburg line in on the tackle. Jay Swede and Greg Como are there, and Jay Swede, the middle guard. Give him about a yard. Make it 2, 2nd and 8. At the 33-yard line of Perrysburg. Out wide to the left is Randy Launder. Ends are in. It's a power eye in the backfield, and open field is to the western side. Park is calling signals, and he gives to his tailback. Oh, what a hit back here at the 35-yard line. Jay Swede smacked Mark Coleman back here at the 35. He never even got a head of steam going, and he was leathered right there at the 35. Make it 3rd and 10.
And again, Anthony Wayne failed to make an adjustment to Jay Swede, who had stemmed into the gap and shot that gap and put a very hard hit on the ball carrier. Brings up a 3rd and 10 on the 35 for Anthony Wayne.
10:41 to go, third quarter. Clock is running. Launder out wide to the left. It's a slot left in the backfield, and Moss is the slot man. Park calling signals. He fakes, rolls to his left. He's got a little time, flushed out of here, and dropped back at the 49. Excellent defensive play by number 76, John Swede.
John Swede coming from his linebacker position, circled around his defensive end, and on the blitz, drop Park for a big loss. And that is a big play for the Perrysburg defense. Of course, Anthony Wayne to punt. And Randy Launder will be standing
36.
on his own 37-yard line.
Jay Swede, John Swede. There's the pretty good kick into that wind. Neal going back, makes the reception at the 20, and he's hit and ridden down right there at the 20-yard line. Excellent downfield coverage that time by Larry Creighton. So 1st and 10 here for the Yellow Jackets, and the Generals unable to move after that break at the 34-yard line of Perrysburg. The Jackets now moving with the wind. Right to left across your dial. Pheasant will get back to work here. He'll have Gomminger in there, and either Como or Ryder at the tailback. Johnson and Neal will be your wide receiver. Johnson splits left and Neal right. Now it's an eye in the backfield. Pheasant from his own 20-yard line. Open field is to the right. He hands him there to Gomminger to the 20, to the 23, 4-yard line over his right side, and that's it. And the first man there to hit him was Scott Murkowski. And the pickup about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Yellow Jackets as they huddle back at the 15-yard line.
Craig Como coming into the backfield at fullback, Jerry, bringing a play in from Coach Chuck Pratt.
We have a familiar person standing behind us here.
Mr. Greg Stobart.
Mr. Greg Stobart, son of head coach Chuck Stobart of the University of Toledo, got his way into the press box. Have to check for a press pass there. There's a handoff. Again, Gomminger finds some room against the grain and gets it up over to about the 30-yard line where he's wrapped up there, but that should be a first down.
Now they move the ball back, Jerry.
All right.
They might call for a measurement, and then again they might mark it short by the length of the ball.
Ireland on the about a foot. He needs about a foot here. And Perrysburg coming out across the board. Now they go into what amounts to a wishbone tee. Pheasant calling signals, and he sticks it in there, and that's the first down. The first man through, right of the ball carrier, and he rode out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line, and that's a first down and 10 yards to go. Murkowski again in on the tackle for Anthony Wayne. 8:15 remaining here in the third quarter. There is no score. We've got a fine crowd on hand tonight, standing room only. They always draw well here at Anthony Wayne. It's a nice stadium. It's a little bit of a bowl effect to a degree. It's kind of sunken to a bit. Eye in the backfield. Pheasant rolls back on first down. Looking down the middle it goes. Man, they'll complete 45 and down at the 47-yard line to Rob Hall, the big tight end.
Steve Pheasant dropped back behind fine protection, and
Brahaney on the tackle.
Drilled a line drive to Rob Hall, who ran a post pattern behind the linebackers, gathered it in for another first down.
At the 47-yard line of Perrysburg. Remember, this drive started at the Perrysburg 20-yard line. 7:40 remaining in the third quarter. Perrysburg moving with the wind. Now we have a slot left in the backfield. Johnson's the slot man. Neal outside. Eye in the backfield. Now Johnson in motion to the right. And he hands to his tailback. Gomminger over the right side. The 50, the 45. Still running and down to the 48-yard line. Or make it the 44-yard line or 3 of Anthony Wayne. And on the tackle, once again was Scott Brahaney for Anthony Wayne, but that should be a first down.
It is, Jerry, and fine play by the right side of that Perrysburg offensive line. Steve Morgan, right guard, Tom Dunbar, right tackle, and Rob Hall, the tight end. Also helping out was Barry Johnson, who went in motion from his slot back position and went to the right side of the line as the snap of the ball followed right behind those 3 people that I mentioned, and provided fine up-front blocking for Gomminger, and Gomminger broke a couple tackles and picking up that first down, Jerry.
All right, and
no, it's not a first.
No, it's inches short. And Tom, as I look over to Old Glory, all of a sudden there's no wind. The wind has ended momentarily.
You know, Jerry, I've seen some curious ball placements here this evening. I hope we don't see any more.
It is second down and inches. Let's call it the 44-yard line of Anthony Wayne. Johnson is right, Neal is left. Gomminger is your tailback. And Pheasant the quarterback, and he's back to throw the football at the 50 and loads it. It is a drop. It is dropped by a flag on the play. May have roughing the passer.
Flag on the play.
Hear that?
It's the only thing I can think of.
Face mask.
Or a face mask.
But the aggrieved person was Steve Pheasant, the quarterback, and a hard rush was put on by Craig Yates. And I think in his earnestness to put the quarterback down, he grabbed the face mask inadvertently, and this is a big penalty for Anthony Wayne. It'll give Perrysburg a first down
20
on the Anthony Wayne 28-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Face mask penalty on Anthony Wayne.
4-yard line. He is hit and brought down there. But a pretty good pickup on the play. On the tackle was Craig Yates.
Well, we've seen the Perrysburg offensive line get off the football with much more zing than they did in the first half.
Give him about 4, Tom. 2nd and 6 with 6.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Johnson split right. Pardon me. Johnson split left, Neal right. Almost in there at fullback, and Pheasant at the 24. Option, back to runner throw. Looking, bomb, end zone, and it is incomplete. Flag on the play. Interference.
Neal was breaking to the post and was hit from behind when the ball was in the air, holding him up. Now that will not be a first down at the spot of the foul in high school football. It is a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, Jerry. So that'll take it down to the Anthony Wayne 10-yard line, but if they give him a half the distance, it'll be shorter than that. We'll just have to wait and see what the officials do here.
Discussion going on here at the... All right, now the walk-off. The 15 into the 10, and then out 1, 2, 3, the 13. 1st and 10, Perrysburg at the 13. Now the Jackets have the wind with them here, and they are taking advantage of it, as Pheasant has been going to some short stuff, and it's worked very nicely. Ryan split left, and your slot man is Johnson. Johnson in motion to the right, and Pheasant sticks it in there to Gummersall at the 10 and down to about the 9. He is stripped down there. First man to get him, Murkowski. From the 13 to the 9, give him about
another flag.
Another
Jerry.
flag, all
another
right.
Face mask penalty against Anthony Wayne. That'll be another half the distance penalty. That'll take it down to the 5-yard line from the spot of the foul.
Things getting a little rough down there now. There's 2 face mask penalties here in this third quarter. Very damaging to Anthony Wayne. There's no score in this football game with 6:15 remaining third quarter, but right now the Jackets with an excellent opportunity here. It's at the 5. And that should make it 1st and goal at the 5. And now let's see.
That'll make it second and 2, Jerry. On
2nd and 2, you're right.
On the 5-yard line.
2nd and 2 at the 5. Wishbone T, Pheasant calling signals. He rides it in there to his fullback. He's hit and down right around the 4-yard line, and that's close to a first down, right of the ball carrier. Hit by the left side of that Anthony Wayne line. Lowry was there. Detray, gang tackling. It's about the 4. It is now 3rd and about a half a yard to go for the first down. 5:39, although they say 2nd on the down box, Tom.
Now they're right, Jerry. I was wrong.
Well, that's the first time this season, Tom. It is 2nd down and about a half a yard. And there is a first down over the left side by Ryder to about the 2, maybe the 1, where it's 1st and goal. He was tripped up by Murkowski, but it's now 1st and goal for Perrysburg at the 1-yard line of Anthony Wayne. This is the best opportunity either ball club has had all night. 5:20 to go. Now you can hear the wind picking up again. It died down there for just an ever so moment. Now it picks up again. Wishbone T from the 1. Pheasant quarterback sneak, and he is in for the touchdown. Coming with 5:06 remaining in the third quarter, the Yellow Jackets have drawn first blood. Tom, that was a very important drive from the 20-yard line, an 80-yard drive, aided by 2 face mask penalties. Very big because Perrysburg has the wind with them here in this third quarter. Obviously, in the fourth quarter, they'll be going again it. Pheasant will try the point after. Holding will be Jim Heilman. Waiting for the snap. The ball is down. The kick is airborne, and the kick is good. There's a timeout on the field with a score. Perrysburg 7, Anthony Wayne 0.
When a young couple's just starting out, there are so many things you hope for, so many dreams you plan to accomplish over the years together. And the best way to fulfill those aims in life is with an active savings account at Maumee Perrysburg Home Federal. By paying yourself first out of every paycheck, your balance will rise sure and steady. because you'll be earning 5.5% interest, which is computed and compounded daily, paid quarterly. Give yourself a good head start in life with a savings account at Mommy Perrysburg Home Federal.
Hey, get a fair shake when you deal with us. Take it from me, you'll get a fair shake.
Get more than a fair shake at Dick Wilson's on 79 closeout Pontiacs, Buicks, even GMC trucks. These 79s must be sold now, and the prices are unbelievable. And there are more 1980s arriving every day.
Take it from me, you'll get a fair shake.
79 or 80, you make the choice, and Dick Wilson will make the deal. See Dick Wilson Pontiac, Buick, GMC on North Main and Bowling Green.
In the World Series playoffs, after 2 innings, the Pirates are leading the Orioles 3-0.
That was made by Cabinet.
Perrysburg kicks off to Anthony Wayne. Randy Launder takes a short kick on his 30 and gets it back to his own 34-yard line, where they'll take over 1st and 10 going into the wind with 4:54 left in the third quarter.
In the third inning, Pittsburgh 3, Baltimore nothing. In the third game of the World Series. Parker's your quarterback, back to throw into the wind, and it's complete to Launder out here across the grain, and he's fighting for yardage. The 35 and out to about the 39-yard line, and boy, he really got hit, and he is down. The man putting the crunch on him was...
Official timeout.
Well, we had Barry Johnson over there, and we also had Phil Kokonakis.
Kokonakis, really.
Back.
Yeah, and Launder is up, but...
I think he fell on the football, Jerry. He knocked the wind out of him briefly.
Okay. That's good news. You don't like to see anybody injured. There's a pickup of about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5, AW, at their own 40.
He ran a quick out pattern, Jerry, from his foot end position. Fine catch in the face of what was going to happen to him because he had to hear footsteps.
Okay, we've got number 85 out here to the right now, replacing Launder. Park is your quarterback. He is Grassler, the fullback, and he's back to throw the foot. There's a draw play, and bouncing around, and he didn't get it back to the line of scrimmage. Croman, the ball carrier, got it back to the 39. That'll bring up 3rd and about 6. Whitner on the tackle.
Dennis Schultz replaced Launder. Launder's coming back into the game. He obviously is all right. 3rd down and about 6-yard line.
Yep.
6 yards, Jerry.
3:50 to go, third quarter. Launder out wide to the right. In the slot comes Ed Moss. Park is faced with that 3rd down. He's back to throw the football. Here comes the chase on down the middle into the wind. The man is in the seam, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Moss, and defending on the play was Johnson, and he was stride for stride. And I'll tell you, Park threw that ball pretty well into that strong northerly wind. Incompleted pass, make it 4th down, and still 6 yards to go for Anthony Wayne.
Anthony Wayne's been running 2-man patterns, and Perrysburg's been doing an outstanding job of defending against them.
Neal is deep in Johnson. Launder back at 25 to punt the ball. 7-0 Perrysburg. 3:36 remaining. High snap. The block is out, but he gets it out of there. Away from Neal. Going to hit and go out of bounds in the vicinity of the... might be about the 30... No. He'll go back to the 30-yard line, 31.
A big rush was put on by Perrysburg, Jerry, and Randy Launder just got the ball off, and he must be involved in a few of the Anthony Wayne theater productions because he did a wonderful backflip in hopes of getting a flag, but to no avail.
All right, we have 3 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's 7-0 Perrysburg, and they'll move out of it now from their own 31. The last time they marked 80 yards for the score. Slot left. Johnson in motion to the right, and carrying the football is Gumminger, the tailback, across the 30 and out to about the 36 or 7-yard line, where he is hit and down there by Murkowski. And now it appears here in this third quarter that the Perrysburg offensive line is coming off that football and doing a job in the trenches.
You know, Jerry, you mentioned the 2 face mask penalties. We also had the pass interference penalty that aided that drive, but you have to also give credit to Greg Gomminger because he gave Perrysburg a great deal of effort running the football.
2nd and 5. Gomminger again's got about 4, spins, got 5, maybe 6, close to a first down, up over the 45 to about the 46-yard line, and Gomminger running hard right now.
Got a first down, Jerry. Like Greg
Eggleston on that tackle. It is a 1st and 10 at the 47-yard, the 42-yard line of Perrysburg.
Greg Gomminger is coming out. Needs an equipment adjustment. And David Neal will move to tailback and from his split end position, or his wingback position.
Ryan out wide to the left. Johnson is in the slot. Pheasant's the quarterback, and Johnson in motion to the right. Into the tailback it goes, and no, sir, not this time. Neal running the football is hit and busted down right there at the 40-yard line. A loss on the play of a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Fine defensive job by Anthony Wayne, splitting the end tackle gap, throwing the tailback Neal for a 2-yard loss.
Minute and 58 to go, third quarter. Perrysburg 7, Anthony Wayne nothing. Have an I formation in the backfield now at the 40-yard line. Pheasant barks it out. Dammed up. He's back. He flips back here. Neal trying to get outside. The pursuit is on, and he's struck down back inside the 40 at about the 38. What a fine defensive job that time by Brahaney.
That time Brahaney did not take the fake. Pheasant faked to throw the slant-in pattern and then pitch it out to the trailing back. That play is designed to suck the cornerback in to cover the slanting split end and leave that flank wide open, but that play obviously was well scouted by Anthony Wayne.
About 3rd and 13 now with 1:10 to go in the third quarter. Open field to the right. Pheasant pulls back to throw. Look out! Red Dog! Somebody missed an assignment, I believe, because flying in from the right side was Kevin White.
Kevin White, coming from the right defensive end position, stepped around the blocker and really came up with a big defensive effort for the Anthony Wayne Generals.
We're going to have change of field positions here very shortly because we only have 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and that means Anthony Wayne will have the win with them in the fourth quarter. But back to punt here at the 15.
Jay Swede.
Swede gets the snap, and he gets a high one away. Good hang time. Hits at the 40. Takes a Perrysburg roll to the, look at the roll, 25, and down to the 24-yard line. Excellent kick with the roll. No return.
Roll dead on the Anthony Wayne 24.
So 1st and 10-yard line, 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line of AW. And with 21 seconds remaining here, the clock is rolling, and if Anthony Wayne, can they do this or not? Now they'll have to get the play underway, run one play into the wind, and that will end the quarter. Launder out wide to the right, and he's joined by Moss. Park is your quarterback. He has Grass back there and Coleman, and he gives to Grass straight ahead, and the big fullback's got a little running room out over the 25 to about the 28-yard line, and that'll end the quarter. That is the end of the third quarter with a score: Perrysburg 7, Anthony Wayne nothing.
For over 46 years, the Lorraine Oil Company has served northwestern Ohio as the distributor for Pennzoil, the asked-for motor oil because it's worth asking for. The Lorraine Oil Company, like high school football, is a great tradition in northwestern Ohio. Trust Pennzoil products from Lorraine. Dial 352-1633 in Bowling Green or 691-3545 in Toledo. The Lorraine Oil Company and high school football, two great traditions in northwestern Ohio.
At AGA Interiors and Imports, you can save 20% off all upholstered furniture during this last week of the Pennsylvania House Fall Sale. 20% off elegantly styled wing chairs, sofas, and graceful love seats. 20% off convenient coordinated sleep sofas. You only have until October 20th to take advantage of these super values. So come in now during the Pennsylvania House Fall Sale and get your free collector's book. Hurry! 20% savings ends Saturday, October 20th at AGA Interiors and Imports in Perrysburg.
On a second down play, Anthony Wayne tries to run over the middle of that Perrysburg defense, and Jay Swede, Don Whitner, and Greg Como teamed up to throw the back for about a yard loss. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5 from the Anthony Wayne 30-yard line.
We have a 7-0 football game in favor of Perrysburg here as we start the fourth quarter. Twin flankers to the left. Here's a 3rd and about 5. And back to throw is Park. Setting up over the middle. Too high. Almost intercepted by Neal. Launder had the seam again out here at the 42, but it was overthrown. Stops the clock with 11:25 remaining in the football game. 7-0 in favor of Perrysburg. We have a player shaken up for Perrysburg. And now Neal and Johnson will go deep. That's number 61.
That's Jay Swede, the fine middle guard for Perrysburg. If he's out for any length of time, that certainly will hurt that front wall of the Yellow Jackets.
Our game tonight brought to you with the best wishes of the Lorraine Oil Company, Maumee Home Federal, August, and Dick Wilson's Pontiac Buick AMC in Bowling Green. Don't forget tomorrow, Toledo, Western Michigan. Broadcast time 7 o'clock, kickoff 7:30, Glass Bowl Stadium. Hope to see you there. Toledo 3-0 on the MAC, a half a game behind league-leading Central Michigan. Flounder back to the 15. Gets a good snap. The return is on. And he gets a pretty good high kick out of there, sending Neal back to about the 30. Down rushing. He's getting outside of the 40. Flagging the play, 45, and out to about the 49.
Now we got a clip on Perrysburg, Jerry, at the point where Neal gathered the ball in.
Back here at about the 32, Tom.
That's exactly right, Jerry. That was a fine punt, good hang time, pretty good coverage by Anthony Wayne. And without the clip, I don't think Perrysburg would have had an opportunity to return it as well as they did. And again, if you saw that snap float back to the punter's hands, you mentioned good snap. It was good because it got to the punter, but the wind did affect it, and it did kind of float there, and it might be playing games and tricks with the long snap, so we'll have to keep an eye on that.
We have to consistently mention the wind here this evening because it's a definite factor in this football game. However, we have not had any precipitation, either rain or snow. It's just been a cool, blustery evening out here in White House, Ohio. 7-0 is the score. The wind has been gusting out of the northeast at about, I would say, probably 30 miles an hour, 25 to 30. Pheasant at the quarterback now. And he rides in there to his fullback straight ahead and running hard is Ryder out across the 20 to about the 24-yard line. The line of scrimmage was about the 18, and he got it out to the 24, so that's a good pickup on the play where it'll be second down and about 4 yards to go. Gain of 6.
And again, Perrysburg is running behind that right guard Steve Morgan, right tackle Tom Dunbar on that quick hitter with the fullback.
And they're in the wishbone tee right now, 7-0. The Yellow Jackets lead. Pheasant, there's a big jam up there around the 24-yard line. Getting in there is Yace. I'll tell you, he's played a fine game here this evening, the big defensive left end. They'll have the ball spotted at the 24 where it'll be third down and still about 4.
And again, Anthony Wayne went into that closed down 5-man front, filling the gaps and forcing Perrysburg to protect their inside gaps, but they didn't do it on that particular play.
Actually, third and about a long 3, about 3.5 yards to go. Wishbone tee. Pheasant hands off over the left side, quick hitter, and I'm not sure if he made the first down or not. It's going to be awfully close.
I don't think
Johnson running with the football. It closed down in a hurry. Lowry was there, and T-Tray, Nicholson. I believe he's short of the first down, although we may have a measurement here. It's up over the 20. Oh, no, they say right there at the 25. Well, that can't be because the ball is at about the 27-yard line. And they put the down box right there at the 25. Maybe it is a first down. Perrysburg thinks it is. They stretch the chain out. And it's about a foot short of the first down. What do you do here? You lead 7-0. There's 9:48 to go in the football game.
You kick it.
I got to believe you kick it.
No, there's no other choice unless you want to lose the football game.
You just can't gamble there at your own 27-yard line. No way. You buckle up the chin straps, punt the ball out of there, and play defense. And back in deep safety is number 17. That's Leonard for Anthony Wayne. Putting it back at the 11-yard line, punting into the wind. But snap, return is on, high floater, coming out to the 50, takes a lateral roll to the 45 and just dead there like a dead Yellow Jacket. Boom, that ball just, no bounce at all, it just dead right there at the 45.
About a 30-yard punt, and against that wind, I guess that's all you can expect, and he had a good trajectory on the football, gave good hang time, probably could have used another 5 yards, but in that situation, they'll settle for it. And of course, the Perrysburg defense to rise to the occasion.
I call it the 46-yard line of Anthony Wayne. Now, Park is back to work. 9:08 to go on the game. Slot right in the backfield. He's going with the wind now. And he pitches back here to his tailback. Here's the old flip flicker. End around the Lounder. They don't. Now he's going to throw the pass. Wobbly in the air. The man's down here. And it's incomplete. The old flea flicker. It was intended for the tight end, Ritter.
great defensive play by the free safety, Steve Pheasant, who's also the quarterback. He came over, found the tight end, Ritter, all by his lonesome. And as you say, Jerry, the quarterback pitched to the slot back. The slot back handed off to Randy Launder, the split end. And running to his left, throwing right-handed, threw the ball up for grabs. And a great defensive effort by Pheasant prevented a long gainer by Anthony Wayne.
They both had an opportunity to go for the ball. Both went up at the same time. Moss is left. Launder is right, and back to throw. Hawk setting up, looking, you better unload down the middle. Man, there! It is complete! And down inside the 35 to about the 31. And he went down under his own power, and that was Ritter, the tight end.
You know, Jerry, that pattern has been open all evening, that deep post pattern, because the Perrysburg secondary has been backing off and giving a good deal of cushion to the Anthony Wayne receivers, allowing them to run their patterns underneath their defensive position.
Neighbor out over the ball, out wide to the left then is Launder, out wide to the right is Moss, high in the backfield. And there's the tailback draw, winding his way and cutting inside is the tailback Coleman, and he got about 4 yards on the play, maybe 5. That's the 26-yard line. Sweet on the tackle along with Sutton. Give him about, well, let's make it an even 5. 2nd and 5. Anthony Wayne at the Perrysburg 26. Between the hash marks. 8-5 left in the game. 7-0 Perrysburg. Launder split out wide to the left. Moss is in the slot. Anthony Wayne right to left across your dial, and he's back to throw the football. Looking down the middle. Sideline, left man, wide open. Launder, sideline, down to the 5-4-3, and he is in!
27-yard pass play from Bill Park to Randy Launder, who caught the ball near the sideline, sidestepped 2 defenders, and ran the rest of the way into the end zone for a fine touchdown play.
And apparently the point try by kick is coming up to tie it. It's 7-6 right now. Number 10 will be trying.
Number 10, Steve Turpening, a sophomore.
Turpening trying the point after. Waiting for the snap. The ball is down. He kind of shanked it. He kind of shanked it off the side of his foot. It just got over the lineman, way short, and so there's a timeout on the field with a score. Perrysburg 7, Anthony Wayne 6.
When you stop and consider your family's future financial security, a savings account is the best way to prepare yourself for whatever may happen throughout the years. At Maumee Perrysburg Home Federal, all savings accounts earn 5.5% interest, and the earnings are computed and compounded daily, paid quarterly. Start planning for your future soon with an active savings account at Maumee Perrysburg Home Federal. We'll look forward to helping you achieve your goals.
Hey, get a fair shake when you deal with us. Take it from me, you'll get a fair shake.
Get more than a fair shake at Dick Wilson's on 79 closeout Pontiacs, Buicks, even GMC trucks. These 79s must be sold now, and the prices are unbelievable. And there are more 1980s arriving every day.
Take it from me, you'll get a fair shake.
79 or 80, you make the choice, and Dick Wilson will make the deal. See Dick Wilson Pontiac, Buick GMC on North Main and Bowling Green.
Dave Deal took Leonard's kick on the 15 and brought it back to the Perrysburg 29-yard line. Perrysburg will take over 1st and 10 on the 29, and they'll be moving into that wind that's coming out of the northwest. Fine offensive series by Anthony Wayne, and it's unfortunate their attempt to tie it up was short.
7-6, the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets lead it, and it's back to work for Perrysburg now. Pheasant calling signals the wishbone tee. Pulls out, hands off on the left side, and for a couple of yards, and that's about it. The ball carrier,
Made by Leonard.
Ryder, led it on the tackle. That's the 31-yard line. The initial line was the 29. Give them a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and about 8, 7.5 yards to go. Perrysburg moving left to right into the wind at exactly 7 minutes left in the game. 7-6 Perrysburg. Neal to the right. In the slot is Johnson. Pheasant calling signals, and now Johnson in motion to the left, and there's a handoff, and hit hard. Gang tackling right there at about the 32-yard line.
And again, Kevin Ireland in there like a flash, wrecking havoc in that Perrysburg backfield, and that prevented a possible long gainer by the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets. A good defensive effort by the interior of the Anthony Wayne defensive line.
Right of the ball carrier. It is now 3rd down at about 7 at the 32 of Perrysburg. Wishbone T. Pheasant calling signals. Pheasant barks it out, and he's back to throw the football and loads it a man. It's tipped and out of bounds and incomplete. Tipped by number 17, Joe Leonard. Just got a fingertip on it, I believe. The ball was slightly overthrown anyway, and that brings up a 4th down in a punting situation here, and they'll be punting into that wind. Perrysburg across the far side. Their fans are here in evidence, and of course the Anthony Wayne fans right down below. I believe that's WSPD's Ed Hunter down there in the stands and his lovely wife. Snap, kick, away. Good kick, but look at the wind knock it back. At the 50, rolling backwards and down. Right around the 46-yard line of Perrysburg. And so the Generals with a chance here. 6:05 left in the football game. And they trail 7-6. And the AW fans are up on their feet.
Now here's another instance where that wind and the kicking game are a big factor, Jerry. Again, Anthony Wayne took over on their own 46 previous series. They take over on the Perrysburg 46 here.
Rounder out wide to the left, slot left in the backfield. Mark is back to throw, setting up, flushed out, back at his own 45, unloads downfield, and it is incomplete and almost intercepted, intended for Launder down here at the 25. Defending on the play was Barry Johnson for Perrysburg.
Barry Johnson was defending, but Randy Launder had inside position on Barry Johnson. Had he been able to hang on to that football, would not only been a 1st down, but have been about a 25-yard gain.
2nd down and 10. Anthony Wayne at the 46-yard line at Perrysburg. Launder out wide to the left, and Neighbor is over the ball. Ritter is your tight end. Moss is in the slot. Grass and Coleman are your setbacks, and we've got movement and we've got encroachment by Perrysburg, I believe. Jay Swede encroached the neutral zone. Make it 2nd and 5 from the 46. That'll put it down to the 41.
Just a little bit over anxious, trying to get that gap and get in there and force a fumble. And again, it's kind of an unforgivable sin if middle guard is offside, because he has the best chance to watch the football.
Rounder out wide to the left. Moss is in the slot. Ball is on the far hash mark. It is 2nd and 5 at the 41 at Perrysburg. And back to Thor's Park. Tailback draw coming up 45 to about the 40 to the 39. Goes the tailback Coleman. Whitner on the tackle. That'll be short of the 1st down. That'll bring up 3rd down now. And I'd say about 3 to go. 3rd and about 3. 5.5 minutes to go in the game. 7-6 Perrysburg. What a game this has been.
A very crucial down right here, Jerry. We're not going to say it's the most crucial down of the game, but it could be thus far.
Neighbor over the ball. Rounder out wide to the left, and he's joined by Moss. Billy Park is your quarterback in the I formation. He pulls back to throw the football, setting up. Side, now over the middle, it's tipped and it's incomplete. Ooh, almost intercepting was Stan Dennis. Stan Dennis
Dropping off from his defensive end position, almost in a linebacker's drop area. Had the ball right in his hands, and again, that's a little curious because he is an offensive end.
We have some new players coming out onto the field now for Anthony Wayne. I don't know if they're going to punt it here or not. It's 4th down about 3.
Well, I'd look for a fake here, Jerry.
Yeah, Launder is back now. He can throw, remember. 5-5 remaining in the football game. He's back at his own 48, waiting for the snap. And he gets a good snap. He's standing straight up. There's the pass out of the backfield. It's complete, and that's a 1st down to Ritter. I think everybody in the house knew he was going to throw the football. Whitner and the Perrysburg defense gave him cushion, and he just stood back there nonchalantly and threw a little soft pass out here. Not in the flat, obviously, but downfield ever so slightly, enough for the 1st down.
Coach Chuck Pratt is questioning Randy Launder. Looked like he put his knee down in order to get the snap from center, and that might be a very big play. If he did, the ball was dead.
It's at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. To the near side, running the football. Cutting inside is Coleman, and from the 30 he gets it to the neighborhood of the 26 or 7. He is nailed there by Swede Whitner. It's at the 27, so there's a pickup of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. 4:24 remaining in the game. 7-6 in favor of Perrysburg. Neighbors over the ball, and immediately Launder is split left. The end is in. That's Ritter high in the backfield, and Moss is in the slot. Your quarterback is Billy Park. Open field to the right. Quarterback sneaks straight ahead. Quick hitter. Down inside the 25 to about the 20, maybe the 19-yard line.
And again, Anthony Wayne caught Perrysburg in that 6-1 defense, Jerry. A fine block by Todd Neighbor, the center, on the middle linebacker, and that is a big first down for Anthony Wayne.
At the 19 with 3:55 and the clock is running. Perrysburg 7, Anthony Wayne 6. Launder to the left. Moss in the slot. Open field to the right of the western side. And back to throw. Park setting up. Looking, flushed out. It's slipped. It's intercepted by number 51. Intercepted by number 51 of Perrysburg. And I want to give him credit. That's Whitner. The ball actually slipped in his hands, and he just fluttered out there like a wounded duck.
I agree, Jerry. It looked like Bill Park did not want to throw the ball. It looked like he pumped his arm. The ball slipped out of his hands right into the arms of Don Whitner, a defensive tackle, who brought the ball back to the Perrysburg 25-yard line. A big defensive turnover and a big play for Perrysburg.
That's a tough break. I just know he didn't want to throw, and it just slipped out of his hand, and it went fluttering out there, and there's a handoff over the left side, and trying for some hard yardage is Rutter. And he gets it across the 25 and out to about the 28, a gain of maybe 3, 2nd and 7. On the tackle was Murkowski for Anthony Wayne. 2:57 remaining in the game. It's 7-6 in favor of Perrysburg.
We might point out that Doug Park was under intense pressure from the inside. He was sprinting out to his right and looked like he saw a receiver open, but tried to hold up, and the ball slipped out of his hand.
Pheasant calling signals from his own 28, and he pitches back, and a fumble on the play, and he recovers it, and that's Johnson at the 26. Make it 3rd down.
Johnson did the right thing. He fell on the football rather than trying to bend over and pick it up and pick up more yardage. They were lined up in that wishbone T, which really looks a lot like a full house T, a straight T formation. It was just a power-off tackle with Johnson being the right halfback or left halfback in that formation.
3rd and 9 at the 26 at Perrysburg. Pheasant with the wishbone T. Will he put it in the air? He hands, trying to get outside with a football. Ritter breaks one tackle, another tackle, and he may have the first down. What a great effort that time by Steve Ritter.
Steve Ryder, second-team fullback for Perrysburg, did give a super effort. And again, here we have a curious placement of the football by the officials.
He was hit, Tom, back here at about, what, the 28-yard line, I believe.
About the 28-yard line, 27-yard line. Broke outside, broke back inside, broke another tackle, and fought his way to the 30 or 40-yard line, Jerry.
Very close to it. They're going to stretch that chain out. It's a 1st and 10 by the nose of the football. Boy, there's a big first down for Perrysburg with 1 minute and 57 seconds to go, and Ryder did that just by about himself.
Barring any unforeseen circumstances, that first down could have sealed the fate of Anthony Wayne and gotten Perrysburg out of here with a very hard-fought victory.
They line up. Let's call it the 35-yard line of Perrysburg, where it's 1st and 10. We'll keep it even. Wishbone T, open field is to the left. Perrysburg moving left to right, and Pheasant calling signals. And he gives to Ryder, straight ahead, and he is hit right there at the line of scrimmage. No gain, the left side of that line. In on the tackle, 2nd down and 10, and Anthony Wayne wants a timeout to stop the clock, and we'll keep it here.
Timeout, Anthony Wayne.
1 minute and 40 seconds remaining in the football game. 7-6 Perrysburg.
Jerry, there's still a lot of time on the clock in some areas to put points on the board for the team that's behind. But the way this game has been going and the way the elements are playing havoc with the football, I would say that unless Perrysburg fumbles, Anthony Wayne will be very hard-pressed to get more points on the scoreboard, even with a couple more timeouts left.
7-6 is our score. Hope you've enjoyed this one tonight. We'll be with you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock from Glass Bowl Stadium, Toledo, Western Michigan, but we hope to see you there. Perhaps the weatherman will continue to cooperate. It'll be a cool evening, but dress warmly, and you'll be all right, just as long as that precip stays away.
Well, we would hope that all Rocket fans will pack the Glass Bowl and welcome home the Rockets after a 3-week long
well, you know,
on the road.
We've been on the road 4 out of 5 games. It's like we've never seen the Glass Bowl this year.
Now, of course, if they remember our opener, this is our second opener, and it was a super game. It's going to be a better game tomorrow evening.
Heel out wide to the left. The slot man is Johnson. Pheasant, your quarterback, sends Johnson in motion to the right. And he gives to his tailback, and his tailback hits, and that's it for about a yard. And they'll bring up 3rd down. And again, Anthony Wayne will call a timeout. Running the football that time was Ryder, and he got very little. Maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9, Perrysburg, at the 36 of Perrysburg. 1:36 left in the clock. Now, that's the second timeout called here by Anthony Wayne. 7-6, the Yellow Jackets lead it. It's been one of those kind of games, and certainly the wind has played a factor in this one tonight, particularly in the kicking game and in the passing game. There's been some drop balls both ways, but you know one thing, Tom, that I've just remembered. I don't believe we've had a fumble. Yes, we did have a fumble by Perrysburg, recovered by Johnson just a few minutes ago.
In the second half.
In the second half. We've only had that one fumble.
And we've had some near interceptions, but I would say in the second half has been a complete reversal of the first half, and some outstanding play on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
Well, here's that 3rd down play now with Johnson out wide to the left. Ryan out wide to the right. Pheasant calling signals, and he pulls back. He's going to throw the football. He is sacked back here. Komensa. Komensa. They say here, Komensa. And there is a loss back to the 30, where it is 4th down and about 15. With 1:29,
now here comes that all-important punt again. Perrysburg has had problems with the wind. In previous punts, Anthony Wayne has taken over on their own 46 and on the Perrysburg 46.
All right, there has been a timeout call. We want to thank our sponsors, because we will have to be leaving the airways very quickly after this game is over. The Lorraine Oil Company, Maumee Home Federal, Agas, and Dick Wilson's Pontiac Buick AMC, Bowling Green. The ball is at the Perrysburg 30-yard line, where it is 4th down and 15. 1:29 left in the game, and it's 7-6 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. They scored first. Anthony Wayne came back, went for the point try to tie it, only to have it, well, it was not blocked. It was just kind of a...
Well, what happens, Steve...
Shank kick.
Steve Turpinning hit too far underneath the football and could not get it up in the air.
All right, here's the punt coming up from the 10-yard line. And a good snap. And the return is on, and he gets a good high spiral into that wind. Then he hit at the 40, rolls backwards, and it's down at the 43-yard line of Anthony Wayne. Now, with 1:21 to go, Anthony Wayne will start from their own 43-yard line. I believe they may be out of timeouts. Hurry up offense.
Well, they probably called a couple plays on the sidelines, Jerry.
Twin flankers are to the left. And here we go. Back to throw the football is Park. Out here, complete to Launder at the 50. And out of bounds into the Anthony Wayne sidelines at the Perrysburg 48-yard line. That's short by about a half a yard, but it stops the clock. It is 2nd down and about a yard to go. They are out of they obviously are out of timeouts. And now we do not have, they're going to bring the chains from the far side across the field. 1:12 remaining in the game. It is 7-6 Perrysburg, and here comes the chain crew. And they'll get a little warmth by the exercise, trotting across the field. And when they stretch it out, and I'm being blocked out by the Anthony Wayne squad, they'll stretch. Now I see the ball between the official's leg right down below, and oh, it's close. about the nose of the football. A couple inches to go for the first down. That's rather insignificant at this point. However, it did stop the clock, but he got out of bounds anyway.
Well, Perrysburg has to prevent the long pass, Jerry, but they also have to work hard to keep any short passes, any of the receivers in bounds after the catches.
Anthony Wayne obviously is out of timeouts. A minute and 12 seconds remaining. It is second down, inches to go. I'm going to spot the ball for you at the Perrysburg 47-yard line as the Generals move right to left across your dial with the wind coming out of the north. Hear the fans down below. Go, go, go. Lounder is now flopped over to the right side of the open field. Neighbor out over the wall. Ritter, the tight end, is in. And in the slot is Moss. Park is your quarterback, and he's back to run or throw. He's looking sideline right. It's complete. He's looking for a block, and he's down. Great defensive play there. He was looking for a block.
Phil Kokonakis, Jerry, the stinger or monster back, dove over a blocker and grabbed him by the ankle.
Now they'll have
to stop the clock to measure. It looks like he's close to a first down. I don't even see why there's a question there, but they're gonna measure. But nonetheless, it was a big defensive play because he kept the young man from going out of bounds, and the officials stopped the clock for the measurement.
Well, it's right around the...
It's the first down by the nose of the football.
All right, it's... I'm going to call it the 47-yard line of Perrysburg.
Well, that has stopped the clock anyway.
57 seconds remaining. Now Lounder comes left. Moss is right. Open field left. The clock now starts the wind with 55 seconds, and Park is back to throw. He's flushed out. He's in trouble. Unloads it, and it's incomplete, and we may have... No, that was Grass, the fullback. I was going to say we could have had intentional grounding, but no, Grass, number 44, is the fullback, ineligible receiver.
Kind of looked like they were trying to set up a screen, Jerry. And Don Whitner put on such great pressure on the quarterback that he had to get rid of it in a hurry or be thrown for a big loss, and that would have really put the clamps on Anthony Wayne's attempt to get points on the board.
48 seconds to go. Second down, 10 at the 47 of Perrysburg. Lounder is right. Moss is left. 7-6. Perrysburg leads it. Grass is your fullback. Coleman is the tailback. Park, barking out the signals, is back to throw the football at his 45. He's got some time. Down the middle it goes, and it's almost intercepted. Playing center field, Pheasant cut right in front of the intended receiver, Ritter, at the 30-yard line, and almost picked it off.
And again, there's that deep post pattern that Anthony Wayne has used with great success. That time, Pheasant played the ball perfectly, with the exception of gathering in for a game-ending interception. He knocked the ball down, but did prevent a touchdown.
Third down and 10 at the 47. WSPD Toledo, 1370 on your dial, your station for sports.
I'd put double coverage on Randy Launder right now if I were the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets.
He is split right, Moss is left. Park is back. Here comes the blitz. Gets out of there. Looking down the field across. No, incomplete. No interference call. A great hit was put on Moss. As the ball was getting there, they both went for it, and Anthony Wayne claiming interference down here at the 32.
Well, I can't agree. There would be no chance for interference because it was a fine defensive effort by that secondary man from Perrysburg, and it looks like Phil Kokonakis. I might be wrong. He's down. He's shaken up a little bit. There was a great collision. He went right through the receiver for the football, and that's exactly his opportunity whenever that ball is thrown up for grabs. Super hit on the wide receiver, wingback, Moss. It looked like he was going to gather that thing in.
While you've got a moment, why don't you recap the two scoring plays, because we're going to have to wrap it up here quickly.
Okay, the first score of the game came at 5:06 of the third quarter when Steve Pheasant, the Perrysburg quarterback, snuck for the remaining 1 yard of an 80-yard drive. His kick was good, and the score was 7-0. That 80-yard drive was aided by two face mask penalties, one interference call against Anthony Wayne, along with a fine pass play to Rob Hall and great running by Greg Gomminger for the Yellow Jackets. And Anthony Wayne got on the board with 7:47 of this quarter, the fourth quarter, on a 27-yard pass play from Bill Park to Randy Launder, and the extra point attempt was no good.
Heilman was the shaken-up player. Here's 4th and 10, the last effort by Anthony Wayne. And Park is back. Here comes the Red Dog. He gets out of one way. He's stumbling around. He's running laterally. He is ridden down back here inside the 45 at about the 40-yard line.
There's a flag, Jerry.
And a flag on the play. Where's the flag?
The flag is right at the spot where the quarterback was tackled.
Penalty against Perrysburg for a
Piling on.
A
little premature, I would say, from my vantage point, Jerry.
The ball is at the 42-yard line. Well, they had the pressure on the quarterback, Park, and he was running for his life as we described it. There was great pressure from the outside put on, and the official there says a little unnecessary roughness.
Well, the penalty will not give them a first down, Jerry.
Because it's from
the spot of the foul will be a 15-yard penalty, and that'll still